Hello, I'm here. Just checking the group to see if it's live. I didn't give a time for this one. I wasn't sure I was gonna do it because I am not feeling 100% today, but I decided to get out of bed finally and get down here so I could at least try to paint this bunny today. So I'm Ashley with Will's Home Decor. You are in my private group that does, my brain's not working, DIY stuff. So I'm gonna paint. I did a little preview of it on, what day was that? Wednesday. I am going to paint that bunny that I showed and show you how I am gonna do that. And I did a little sneak peek. I'm gonna use some wire to give it some little like whiskers, and it's gonna be super cute, I think. So I'm just gonna get right into it. So I'm gonna flip the camera down and you can watch me paint. Let's see. Still getting used to this. This thing is like not working for me. Okay, here we go. This thing had such good reviews, but I'm just not loving it. For one, the base is not as heavy as I expected. So it kind of wants to fall over. Maybe I'm just not setting it up right. I don't know. Okay, anyways. So this is the little bunny. I guess he's technically like primitive style, but you know, however you paint it, I guess. Okay. Sorry about the technical problems. Let's see. Okay, so most people will probably watch this on the replay. So if you have any questions, feel free to comment, or you can message me or put it in the group, and I will get back to you. I am just going to separate my pieces here by color. Hopefully I won't lose any today. Okay, so I'm going to do these cheeks like an off-white. And then the teeth will be white. And I decided I'm going to do green for his little overalls. I think that'll be cute. And then we have carrots. Okay. This little heart. And then, let's see. I'll probably do these the same color. Oh wait, that's his nose. I don't know. I'll probably do that like a light pink color. Okay. And then we have the flower. So I'm thinking today I'm going to do like a dry brush technique so you can see how to do that. I don't think I've done that in a recent video. And then maybe some sanding on the edges instead of doing paint. I thought that might be nice, different technique to do. Okay, so I'm gonna start painting my base. So the bunny, I'm gonna do a beige color. Let me get some makeup wedges. So these are all makeup wedges I've used before. So I'm just gonna snip the dried painted parts off. This one I used for probably cheeks or something. Okay. So the nice part about these is that you can do this It's not like you just use it once and throw it out. And then you can cut them down. If you need it for a smaller space, you can cut it into this size or whatever size you need it to be. So I might cough a little bit. I don't know what the heck I got going on, but suddenly I woke up with like a wet cough yesterday. And my voice is a little froggy. Okay, so this is the feet. So I'm going to do that the same color as the body. And because this is a light colored MDF, the beige covers really well. So you really I'll probably only have to do one coat on that, which is nice. I think this is going to be so cute with his little big old chunky cheeks and buck teeth. Might need another coat, I don't know. And then for this part, for the beige, we'll only need to paint his face. I don't know what that is. Because, well, let's see, his overalls, I guess we gotta go down a little further. So down, I'll just paint down there, down to there. You don't have to go all the way, cover the whole piece. Can't believe it's already Friday. Right? It's Friday, right? My days blend together sometimes. Oh my goodness, I got stuff in there. Okay, I'll let those dry. So he does have the little eyebrows, the little lines for his eyebrows to kind of give him an expression. And I did get some paint in that, so I'm going to use my little bush pin thing, whatever these are called, and just clean that out. Oh. And you want to make sure you do that while it's still wet, because otherwise it's not probably coming out of there. And I got a smudge on there. You know, I probably didn't even need to paint that part because it's going to be covered by those other layer of cheeks, but that's okay. Okay, so next, okay, so I'm going to do his overalls. This moss green. It's kind of hard to tell in this, the color, but it's like, it's pretty mossy looking. But I'm going to do his hat a lighter color, which is like a sage. This lighter color. Shake that up. You can't see my paint here. Excuse me. One of these days I'll get this camera situation all figured out. Okay, so I'm going to just do his top of his hat really quick. So I can set this piece aside. And you can see there are score lines for where you're going to line up the ears. And don't miss this part because there is a little area there where his hat will show through. I know, I really like these. I love green. Anyways, it's probably my favorite color. These are good. Good for spring, Easter. Okay, so there's that one. And then I'm gonna do these in the moss. Okay, so that one's darker. This one I'll probably do 2 coats as well. And you'll want to come down in the middle because there's going to be a little gap between his feet, but you don't have to cover the whole area if you don't want to. Save some paint. Okay, and then I'm going to do his little pocket. So the cutout of the heart comes out of the middle, so you can paint that easily instead of having to use a brush. And then when we put it all together, you'll just pop it back in, which is nice. Okay, so I'll probably do another coat on that one, but let's let that dry. And then this is the brim of his hat, so I need to paint that. The tape also helps so you don't get your fingers in the paint like I do sometimes. Okay, so let's see what else I got here. This is his little cheeks. I'm gonna do an off-white color. This is called Swiss Coffee. This is a Bear paint color from Home Depot. It looks white until you put it next to like a bright white. Let's see here. You'll see when I do the teeth. I could probably just snip that and get that out of the way. Ooh. So like all whites, you're gonna need multiple coats. So I'll let that dry and then I'll hit it again. And then I'll do the teeth, and that's just in this white, like, it's just a bright white. I don't need much of that. Okay, so I was cutting this out and I was like, what the heck is that piece? Then I realized it was his teeth. You wouldn't know that because it's just a weird shape until you put it all together. I don't know if you can really tell that those are different. They look kind of the same in this lighting. Excuse me. All right. Now we have, so for the buttons on his overalls, I'm gonna do the baby white with some brown. It'll look like wood buttons. Let's see. I swear no matter how many times I clean this table off, I can still work myself into a little small area. Okay, so you don't need much. Let's see if it's gonna come out. There we go. Literally, that's probably all I'll need. or actually I'll do a little bit more because I think I'll do the base that color as well, which is here. And these are 2 separate pieces, but you only need to paint one, and then you're going to glue those together, so it gives it a little thicker base. So for this, I have been using this brand of baby wipes. This was from Costco. They don't have them anymore. Before that I was using the Amazon ones, and those are okay. I bought them in a big box. They're obviously unscented, because you don't need scents for that. But I haven't tried the whatever Costco has now, because these have lasted me a long time. And the ones from Amazon, I think they are the Amazon brand. You just have to be careful because some of them, they'll get the little fuzzies will come off on the project. These ones don't really seem to do that, and the Amazon ones, last time I used them were fine, but I've been using these Rico. But I guess they, you know, in true Costco fashion, stopped carrying those, because why would you want to keep things people like? No, I don't know. I don't know why they got rid of them, but I guess I should shake that. I haven't had to buy any for a while, so I'm not sure if those Amazon ones are still good, but I can show you guys which ones those are. Okay, so this is gonna be the heart that goes in the pocket, and then I think I'm gonna do this one like a light baby pink. Or maybe I'll do this one instead. It's like almost like a really light salmony color, pink salmony color. And let's get another. I already worked through the ones I had. I'm gonna have to clip some more. Okay, so this is the nose. I think that'll be cute with the colors that I'm using. Kind of a muted, rosy. That one is not. That one, gosh, I think it was a color match that I did. Let's see. It's not that. Sorry, I have a bunch of paint here. Let me look. I think it was a folk art. Let's see. It's got to be somewhere in here. I believe it was a folk art chalk paint color. There it is. I don't know if you can get this from them anymore. I used to always buy them at Joann's, and since Joann's is out of business, Michael's used to carry this brand, but I haven't been in a Michael's in a really long time, so all the craft stores are like 30 minutes away, so I usually just use what I have and then pick colors from Behr now. But this is called Sunset Rose, and you might be able to get it on Amazon, or you might be able to get it at Michael's. But I can also share with you that the color code that you get from Behr, and they should be able to make you the same color. I'll make myself a note of that. Okay, well, let me get some orange. Yeah, it's a good one. That's a good pink, and it's not real bright. But if you like those muted tones, it's a nice pink. Okay. I know a lot of people use like the Decor colors, and I don't know why I never really, I do have some. It would probably be easier to follow along with the color palette if I did that, but then I'd have to buy a new paint, and that is not gonna happen. I should try to like color match some of them. I know a lot of times they have similar colors. Okay, this is just like a olivey green I'm gonna use on the stems of those carrots. Thanks for watching, Mandy. Unplanned live. And you're in New York, I think you said? Okay, I'm not sure what color I want to do this yet. Whoop. All right, I think I have all the other pieces painted. And this one doesn't look like it needs another coat, which is nice. I am gonna do his eyes really quick. So you can use a Posca pen. This is the what is it? 0.7 millimeter. I think that's the smallest they make. And otherwise, I like to use these eyeliner brushes. They're really nice thin tip, so that makes it good to get in those smaller areas. Has the weather improved there? I know you guys had some crazy cold temps for a while. It's been weird here. It's like cold. It's like kind of cold at night, but then it's warming up in the day, so it feels like spring's on its way. I don't know if that groundhog was right. Okay. Okay. Okay, let me get these again. And let me see if I need to do this one again. That might be all right, because I'm going to dry brush that. Okay, need my white. So I think one more coat's good. Single digits, holy moly. He waves 26. Is that normal where you're at? It never got that cold here. We had like a couple days of frost, but you know, the Pacific Northwest is weird like that. Some years we get snow. I just saw a memory on my personal Facebook page showing, I think it was 5 years ago. I feel like we had snow last year, but not a whole lot. But we haven't really got any here. I do like snow, but I think I'm ready for spring. Just let's get on with it. Hopefully it won't be a super wet spring. Okay, so those are good. I'm gonna show, let's see here. I had some stencils that I cut. What did I do with them? Okay, I'm thinking about doing some polka dots on his little hat. So I'm trying to cut stencils with my laser. I have not dialed in the settings yet because it's still getting like some burning on it. Let's see, should I do? Actually, I think I'm gonna do that green, that dark green. Not normal this season. Okay. So if you use a stencil, you can get stencils on Amazon. I'm sure you can buy them on Etsy. You can find them at the craft store. But the key to that is you want to really offload your paint so you don't have too much on there. And then just go in and dab. And depending on the look you're going for, you can make it so it's not super dark. You can always go back in and get some more paint. I don't know if I'm gonna love this or not, but I thought it might be fun to try. Okay. I think that'll be cute when and then I get, I think I'm gonna leave the brim alone though. I'm not gonna polka dot that. Okay. Oh my goodness. We have a lot of owls in our trees. We live in the forest and they are out right now. They must be hunting. So that dries really quick because it was not very much paint, but I'm gonna go ahead and go around the edges. And just sand the edges a little bit here. You don't have to do this if you don't like that look. Yeah, that's the key, is you just have to really, I mean, this was almost, it's almost dry. You have to really kind of push hard to get it to come out. Otherwise, it'll really go underneath the stencil. But you can see those are pretty clean lines there, so I'm just gonna go around these pieces. So if I'm not painting the edges, adding that other color for dimension, I like to do this. Kind of gives it a different rustic look. Really just depends on what you like. And I'll do the pocket. And this is just they call it a finger sander. And it's got 220 grit paper on it. So it comes off really easy. And I don't think I'm gonna sand the heart. I don't think it needs, I don't know, maybe. Yeah. Okay. I don't use stencils for a lot of stuff, but I am liking adding it to give it a little extra something. Some people like to use scrapbook paper. I just don't. I don't know. Of course, I never have the right scrapbook paper, even though I have a lot of scrapbook paper. Because I started as a scrapbooker. Like, my mom got me into scrapbooking when I was in high school, and excuse me, I had so much scrapbook paper. I've kind of dwindled it down since I don't really do that much anymore, but I think the stencils are fun because it gives it a little something extra. Okay, what else do we need to do here? So I will do it to his feet. So it's just kind of revealing that wood color underneath. And then I'll do his ears. Let's see. The nice thing about this is it can get into those corners pretty easily. If you're having a hard time with it, you can always just use a piece of sandpaper, like this is an old one, and get in there. All right. And then we got those cheeks. Ooh. Okay, so I'm going to do the same here, and then I'm going to do the pink on his cheeks. I better turn my glue gun on. Oh, no, there it goes. Gonna need the glue gun for his whiskers. So you can do as much of this or as little as it as you like. And if you don't like it, you can always put more paint on it, which is nice. And I'm going to do the same on the little carrots. Hopefully you can see that. Good thing I don't paint my fingernails, really, because I hit them with the sandpaper. I used to do shellac on them all the time, years ago, and they were just, it was just ruining my fingernails. Of course, I would always pick it off when it started to peel or whatever. I was too impatient to just wait till I went back. So I was destroying my nails, and now I paint all the time, pretty much every day, so I don't usually get my nails done because they'll just get ruined. Okay, so this is the Distress Crayon. This is Worn Lipstick is the color. I also have, let's see, I did buy these too. These are easier for my classes, and it's just like an ink, but it kind of goes on the same as this. This is a crayon, and this is an ink pad, but it goes on pretty similar. And it also, you can wipe it off with water, which is nice. But I'm going to use this. And I'm just going to put it on my hand because that's how I roll. And then I'm just going to put it on there. And this is a blender brush. I'm going to work on putting together a list for the group. So you guys know where you can find the tools I use. Give him some big old rosy cheeks. Probably didn't need to do that. Sorry if it's shaking the camera. Oop. All right. Okay, I think that's good. We'll see how it looks when it's all together. I could always add to it. Okay, let's do a little sanding on that. The sanding, it's so easy. And with the MDF, like it comes off so easily and quickly, which is nice. Especially if you ever messed up a piece, you could probably sand it off. And then I think, so I'm gonna just do, we'll see how this turns out. I'm gonna do the brown, like the sanding just around the top of his teeth. We'll see if that'll, because it's gotta go in here, so I'm gonna give it a little bit of separation so you can see this, that they look different. Okay, I still haven't decided on my flower color, but I'm gonna put this together first. Okay. And of course I didn't pull my glue out. Where are you? There it is, hiding behind paint. Art glitter glue. I get it on Amazon. You can buy it directly from them. I've never done that, but it works awesome because you don't need a whole lot. It does dry permanent, and it doesn't dry so fast that you can't move your things around, or if something slides, you still have a little bit of time to work. Okay, and I said I was going to do a little dry brushing. So what I have here is a chip brush, a 1-inch chip brush. These you can get at any hardware store. You can probably even get them at the craft stores. They're just like a thick bristle. They're great for dry brushing. So before I start gluing, I'm gonna actually dry brush a little bit. So what I do is I just put the tips of the bristles into my paint. So this is just white. And then I like to kind of make sure I don't have too much on there by dabbing it off. And then you just kind of drag it across your piece. And again, just like the sanding, you can do as little or as much of this as you want. I tend to kind of do it lightly, if you can even see that in the picture. And you could do this and not do the sanding. It's just really up to you. And you can do it all just one way, or you can go both directions. This kind of gives it a different texture. I don't know if you can really see that much. I don't like to do a ton of it. Some people really get the white, like, streaks on there. Depends on the project. And I'll just do it to his hat a little bit. Oh, this is kind of dry. I need some more paint. You don't need too much. So again, just dipping those bristles. And then see, I got a lot of paint on there, so I'm just gonna offload that. And then go in and brush it. So you can see it just kind of gives it that light, like, white over it. And let's see. Can do it to the hat. And you could put this on a piece of tape if you don't want it all over your hands, but so yeah, you can see it just kind of, just a real light, that's how I do it anyways. Real light dry brushing. You can do it to all the pieces. You could just do it to the, like his clothes if you want. It just kind of gives it a different, I don't know, texture. I don't know what I'm trying to say here. And then I probably should have done this before I did his, I don't know if I need to do it on his face. You're not really going to see it. There's not much there. And then I'm terrible about washing brushes out. So if you forget to wash it, this is going to get hard, obviously. And you can just trim it. So like I've trimmed these down and used them again and again. These brushes are pretty inexpensive. I got a whole bunch of them a long time ago, so I haven't bought any in a while, but they're probably like 50 cents, maybe 25, 50 cents. Although who knows anymore? They might be more now. You can get a box of them too, if that's cheaper. All right, almost done with that. Okay, let's start gluing. I think I'm going to start with this part and work my way up. Excuse me. And sometimes my tip gets dry. I don't put the lid on quick enough. So I don't use a crazy amount of glue. You don't really have to. And I just go around the piece. If you get too much on there and close to the edge, then it's gonna squirt out the sides once you push your piece on. And you'll want to line up the bottom again. It has this tab that's gonna go in the base, so you want to make sure that you line it up there, so you're not going over the tab or it'll sit weird. And sometimes it moves. Okay, let's see here. Now I'm gonna do, hi Holly, you're not late. It wasn't really planned, so you get to see the end result. Okay, so here is his little fat cheeks. And I'm going to stick his teeth in there. Hopefully that gave it enough. You can see the separation from the cheeks. Okay, so I'm going to put this directly on here. Sometimes I do that, sometimes I put it on the piece. Whoop. So this, just kind of want to line it up, and then put your carrots on. Oh. You can kind of move things around. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. And then I'll just pop my little heart in there. So cute. Okay. Oh, my cheeks moved. I think. Looks like I got a little paint on the side, so I'll go and clean that up after I'm done here. Okay, let's finish. Do the hat, or I can do the feet. I was gonna do the bunny in like a brown, but I just didn't have a brown I liked. So I ended up doing the beige, which I think is pretty cute. And then his hat brim, and then we'll put his ears on. And then we can get to the fun part that I have never done before, so hopefully it turns out. Okay, do bunnies even have whiskers? I don't know. I think they do. Oh, and I gotta do the pink on his ears. Okay, so this part, you don't need to put glue on the whole thing because only this part's gonna be connected. Sometimes I get crazy with the glue and I forget, but you can always wipe it off. So you only really need to do it to like that area. Isn't he so cute? I think he's gonna get even cuter once I do those whiskers on him. And I got a little, I think that's glue. Okay, we'll give that a second. I still never did the flower. What color? Maybe like, I don't know. On the last thing I did yellow. But what color do you think I should do the flower? While we decide that, I'll pull my whiskers over here. Yellow or light purple. Oh, maybe light purple would be cute. Could try that. Okay, let's do that. Let's see. I have like this lilac. That might work. If we don't like it, we can wipe it off or paint over it. Okay, let's see here. I think that'll go good with that green. What do you think? I gotta do the center, obviously. What did I do with that? That needs another coat. Okay. Whoop, we'll stick with the purple. And then I'm going to do the center yellow. I think that'll be all right. I'm going to distress and dry brush those, so let's see how they turn out. Okay, I'll let those dry. So I have these, oh crap, what did I do with it? There it is. These are just I cut pieces of this, what is it called? Floral wire. And I am going to attempt to give this guy some whiskers. So this is the first one I did. I just used a paint, like the handle of a paintbrush, and twisted it around. So these are it's wire that's like wrapped in this brown type of paper. I found when I cut it, I don't know if you can really see it. You can kind of see the wire, which I don't love, but I don't know what other option that there is for that. And this is what I had. So what I did was I put a little bit of this glue on it to kind of keep that paper in place, because the end is cut open, obviously. So we'll see. I think I pre-did all these the other day, but we're gonna find out. And then I don't know if this is gonna be too long. I was gonna kind of stretch it out a little bit. And then I'm just gonna hot glue them under where the nose is gonna go. So I think I'm just gonna do 3 on each side. It's probably good enough. So I'm just using this as a cheap paintbrush that I have. It's kind of got a thinner base, and I'm just gonna twist it around. And then you'll just want to make sure that you leave a little room at the end for where you're gonna glue it. Hopefully this turns out. I saw a picture of somebody that did one like this, and it was super cute, but I've never done it, so you'll be the first to see. Okay. And then you can just slide it off and stretch it out a little bit. And it's super flexible, so that's nice. But I think that's going to be really cute. And you can always trim it if you don't like how long it is. Okay, so let's see how long I cut these. I had to go get my tape measure. So I cut these at, looks like about 5.5. You could do it, however long you want. So I already put some glue on these just to keep that paper from moving. And that glue dries clear and matte, so you can't really tell. But yeah, see, you can see the wire come through a little bit there, which I don't love, but I don't know what other options there are for this. Maybe like, I don't know, some painted wire. I was just using what I had here. Suppose you could put some paint on there if you didn't like how it looked. Okay. And I kind of did that one a little too short. These are just, it was from like a jewelry kit. It's like just a sharp wire cutter. Okay, so I'm going to do 3 on each side, so I got to do 3 more. I hope this turns out cute and I don't mess it up. And you could do this on a thicker brush if you want want it to be wider, but I thought this would be okay because he's not real big. And I'm just going to use a hot glue gun to glue those down. So I have my hot glue gun heating up, ready for me. Sorry for all the coughing. I seem to have some sort of cold that came on yesterday. I thought I was having allergies, but all of a sudden I woke up with like a not nice cough. So this is pretty easy. And they make this wire in different colors. I have this one in like a tan color. The tan would be cute with like a white bunny, I guess. Okay. All right, let's see how this works out. So let's clean him off. The nose just goes right in the middle. I just line the tip up with where the cheeks come up. So I gotta keep that in mind when I'm gluing these down. Maybe it'd be easier if I glued it to the nose and then glued that down as one piece. That might be better. Just kind of get those lined up on there. I think I'm gonna shorten this one a little bit. Get those where I want them. Man, is that gonna work? I don't know. Okay, here we go. I should get my little finger thing on. So I bought these little finger covers you can use with hot glue, so you can press down on that without burning yourself. And I think this one came from the Dollar Tree, so you can get it at the Dollar Tree. I got like a big pack of them on Amazon for like $4. They were really cheap, but okay, I think that's gonna work. Oh, so I'm just gonna put a little bit of glue here, and then I feel like these are too long. Can you see this? Hopefully. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. Okay, and then press them down. And the nice thing is that you can move the wire. Okay, let's see. Oh, I think that's pretty cute. Might be a little too long. So I might trim those in a little bit. But I think that's going to be really cute. Okay, so I guess I'm going to use this hot glue to put this nose on. We'll see how it stays. Oop. Use my camera to line it up. Can't see what I'm doing. Okay. I think that's cute. I think I'm going to trim these down a little shorter, but cute. Nope, he's crooked. Okay. Gotta take him in. So that hot glue does dry pretty quick. And you always get the freaking strings. Come here. There we go. If it's not dog hair, it's little strings from the hot glue gun. All right. Okay, let me finish this. Our purple flower. So I'm just gonna go around the edges. Got a little crazy there. And then, what did centerpiece. Oh, there it is. Okay, and then I'm going to do my little dry brushing again. Dipping in, offloading. I got way too much paint on there. And then just lightly going over that. All right. We're almost done. I guess I just needed to get out of bed and paint because I feel much better than I did like an hour ago. Crafting cures all things, huh? Oh, I forgot to do it. Put his little buttons on his overalls. Okay, so I'm just going to put that off to the side of the ear there. And let that dry. And we can do these. So I just did... I think I'm actually going to do that on those two. Make them look like they're kind of worn buttons, wood buttons. So cute. Okay, so you still have some play with these because they are wire. Let's see. I feel like, I don't know, they need to be trimmed a little. What do you think? Should I leave him long or trim him a little bit? He is really cute. It turned out way better than I was expecting. You just never know. I was kind of winging it today. I lost my baby wipes. Oh. He is really cute. That came together nice. And those whiskers. Now I need to put whiskers on everything. Either way. Okay. Well, I think I'll leave him. I mean, you could trim them down so they're a little shorter, but that's pretty cute. Okay, well, hopefully you learned something new there. That was fun. Different way to do that. And a lot more fun than just, I mean, he'd be cute either way, but he's pretty cute with those whiskers. So cute. Well, thank you for watching, ladies. I truly appreciate it. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. And I hope you guys have an awesome Valentine's tomorrow. I'm hoping I feel better so we're gonna go to dinner probably. We don't really do much on Valentine's usually. Every time we've made plans in the past, we just end up deciding to stay home. Awesome. All right. Well, guys, have a great weekend. Thank you. I'll talk to you guys later.